Hi, I'm David Meyer, Director of Technical Curriculum with CEDIA. Here just finished a class and about to start a new one, and here to talk about education and the benefits of CEDIA membership. There's been some great engagement with CEDIA members and in fact non-members here today. We've had some great discussions about what does it mean to be a CEDIA member and why invest time and money into education. And I guess the first part of that came down to the CEDIA membership in itself is plugging yourself into a network of knowledge, into peers. There's some amazing people globally that get to share their time through volunteer activities at various things like Expo each year, and where we are right now is in Auckland, New Zealand, and also tapping into the CEDIA community forum online, where there's a lot of peer engagement and the ability just to ask questions and find out just things that you may otherwise not have access to. But really what it comes down to is the choice of whether to have a DIY approach to education, just as the average integrator may be frustrated with their clients taking a DIY approach to an installation, go outsource their own product, install it themselves, and simply not get the performance benefit or capacity that they would have got had they gone with a professional integrator. So sometimes DIY is kind of selling themselves short, and I believe that the same is true of education. That any integrator that chooses the DIY approach to integration, which is usually on-site, a bit of research, some manufacturer product training, which is great, at least that's some training, but ultimately it's the very slow, very expensive way to take the DIY approach. CEDIA invest great resources with a huge pool of organisations, from standards associations, working directly with technologies, with manufacturers, and of course with industry peers globally to assemble education which we regard as a fast track to learning what you need to know, and that way you can just get stuck into business and be more efficient and more profitable. So anything we can do to encourage education, it becomes more accessible. Once you're a CEDIA member, of course you don't need to be a member to access it, but it may just cost more. But you hear more about what's happening. The goings on, the various activities, tech forums and connect events and the like that we run. It's much harder to hear about these things if you're not plugged into the system. So I would encourage a visit to cedia.net to check out what online courses are available, as well as a growing calendar of live events and education activities, which are constantly expanding in many regions, in fact. So yeah, welcome aboard.